Welcome back to First Voice. So, for this episode, I'm going to speak about people lacking self esteem, self control, and self respect on a lot of different levels. And this may even be able to have a part two, depending on how many I could probably get all in one video. So, pretty much what you might see a lot on social media, or just even in your real day to day life, people mainly will definitely lack a lot of self esteem, and then they don't hold themselves up as much as they should, and give themselves a lot of credit, and just see the true beauty of their own character. That's probably one of the most common ones for sure, because a lot of people just overlook a lot of the great qualities that they share amongst themselves, and typically what that could lead to is the other two. Because if you don't hold yourself up as much as you should, you're not gonna respect yourself on the magnitude that you should. And typically, if you're not gonna respect yourself, you're not gonna control yourself either. So picture it like this: if you have an animal and you respect the animal or any of that, you're gonna try to control it as best as possible. Make sure it's not a wild animal. Obviously, you're gonna take it out as a pet, and make sure it's home trained and it acts respectable. The same way you respect it. The same respect that you have for the animal, the pet, is the same respect that you want it to have for itself. You want it to carry its class and not act wild and be like a stray or none of that. But if you don't respect the animal, you don't care about the animal enough, you won't try to control it. You just let it run loose. You let it do whatever it wants because you don't care, but you don't respect it enough to take action. And yeah, if you don't care about yourself, you don't care about the quality that you share. You don't have that esteem. Like I said, you won't respect yourself and you won't control yourself. Um, and so this also ties to like having low standards as well, because a lot of people don't even care about anything that they come across. They'll just take it because they don't respect themselves enough to go after what's really for them. If that makes sense, you come across a person that has no good qualities, no true signs of being beneficial towards you or anything that you have for yourself, but you take it anyways because you don't respect yourself. You don't respect yourself enough to be like, this isn't for me. You don't carry yourself with enough self-esteem to be like, my qualities completely outweigh whatever qualities this person may share. You don't have self-control enough to be like, I'm not going after this. This strictly is not what I need right now. Therefore, I need to be able to control myself and realize this isn't something I should be taking in. But a lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people would be like, okay, I'm granted this opportunity to take something despite it not being the best thing to take. But who cares? I don't care. I don't care about myself. I don't give myself enough credit. I don't respect myself enough, and I can't even control myself. So why not go for it? And a lot of these things could occur from a bunch of different ways. Maybe you could lack self-esteem because you never had anyone feel like you've never been uplifted by anybody, or you've been bullied by other people, to where it's like, how can I carry myself when people show me that I'm not worth carrying? If that makes sense. That can be a potential reason for it, and it's one that you more so just obviously have to overcome it for yourself. A lot of these are strictly starting off with self, obviously. So understand that these are things that you have to work on. Other people can't work on these things for you. They may be able to help you a little bit, but it's still up to you to make that true decision to be like, I gotta be a better person for me. So lacking that self esteem, you have to work towards that. You have to work towards building that self esteem, building your own courage, your own bravery, your own strength, and realizing how much of an amazing person that you are. Self respect is just, it should just be natural. I feel like the same way that we share respect with for other people, right? Because like I've said in other videos, respect is more of like a automatic gain, whereas trust obviously is earned. But if I come across somebody randomly, I'm gonna respect you until you show me why I shouldn't, right? I'm gonna give you the respect that you deserve because you haven't shown me any reason why I shouldn't respect you. Trust isn't the same way, obviously, because I can't just trust a random person with like $1,000. I don't know you. I can't just believe that you're gonna do the right thing with it. But respect, anyways, I can respect you and believe that you're a respectable person. But if you show me something that shows like, okay, I take it back, they're not a respectable person, then there's my answer. But you within yourself should be giving yourself that same leeway a little bit. Like, I'm gonna respect myself, and if I do something that I don't deem respectable, change it, cause you have the power to change it. Now, if someone else did something that you don't respect, you can either let them know and they may change it, but overall, it's still up to them, and they may not do that. Therefore, you may not gain they may not gain that respect from you back, and you just don't respect that person. You, however, is strictly different. You can choose, right? You have a choice. You make up the decisions to be a better person today, tomorrow, whenever. But at the end of the day, it's still up for you to make that decision. If I go outside and do something just very cruel to somebody else that I don't respect, I'm gonna look at myself sideways for a little bit and just be like, why did I do that? What what completely just like overcame me to feel like that was something that I should have been doing, right? Now it's okay to, like, be like, yeah, that wasn't right, and change that. I'm not gonna just downplay myself forever and just think that I can't be fixed, I can't be redeemed. No, because I have to earn that respect back. I have to earn my credibility back. I can't just leave it at what it was and just think like, yeah, I'm gonna be nothing because of the mistakes I may have made. Because mistakes is gonna build your character. They're gonna build and refine your qualities. So you just have to keep pushing past them, and it's understanding that, yeah, you're making mistakes, but also you're getting closer to the success of making you, right? And yeah, simply self control. It's probably a little more harder, and it applies to a bunch of other things as well. Whether you struggle to control yourself when it comes to an addiction, or controlling yourself to not stray away from certain tasks, and try to control yourself to be productive and not procrastinate and be irresponsible. So that self control definitely varies, but it's still important nonetheless. You want to make sure that you control yourself, because if you can't control yourself, that's a pretty scary thing. It's really scary, actually, because knowing that you obviously are yourself, right, and knowing that you can decide the words that you speak, the action that you make, the things that you think, and so on. To not have control over any of that, and just choose to not have any control over what you say and what you do, is a pretty frightening thing, because now you're basically giving yourself up. You don't care. You're not showing that you respect yourself, and you're not showing that you care about anything that you have to offer, and you're just willing to give yourself up completely to anything and anyone, supposedly. And you don't want to do that, because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to just lack these things that are gonna define you at the end of the day. And you don't want people to say whatever, because yeah, people can lie, obviously, and just run their mouth. But if you're giving them a reason to do so, and not give them any other reason to think otherwise, and you're not defending yourself, you have to realize you're the problem. You can't just blame other people for the thing that they say and the thing that they do if at the end of the day you're not changing you. And like I said, with the whole standard thing, is just like a lot of people will continue to put themselves down and accept the bare minimum, which is unacceptable. So like let's see this, because I firmly believe this, and it's true. If you grow up in a household as a woman, and you have a father figure, what he should be doing is showing you what you should be expecting, setting your standards much higher than even himself. If you have a father figure that's providing for you in every degree, then just know that you should be expecting someone who will provide you in every degree and more, right? Because they're supposed to be setting the tone, setting the standard for what you shall receive. As for the mothers, is they should be setting the standard for who you should be and better. Meaning you should be nothing less than them, and you could be like them, but they want you to be better. And for the father, you shall accept nothing less of them, and you could accept something very similar, but they want you to receive better, pretty much, if that makes sense. And vice versa, if the roles were switched, and if it's a boy looking up to their mom, and well, not exactly vice versa, because I feel like for men, it's not more so of like a what you shall receive from a woman, but more so how you should treat them, right? Don't set your standards low and believe like, oh, I should just treat women however I please. No, your mom should be showing you what women deserve, what how they should be treated, and the thing that you should be doing. As for your father, he should also be like, yeah, he's showing you how you should treat yourself and the things to set and do for yourself. Because it's important to not only know how to build your character, but know how to like build it in a way that you can use your own knowledge and your own thing that you've adapted and do better for the people. Because that, at the end of the day, that's gonna make you phenomenal, better than where you are currently. If you're able to not only provide for yourself but provide for the people, or provide for the people also yourself. Because some people typically lack one. Some people oftentimes lack one, but they may and hopefully have the other. Some people are really good givers, but they might be awful at receiving or giving back to themselves. Some people are great at receiving certain things and giving to themselves, but when it comes to giving to others, they're just like, no, they can't really do that. And I mean that's fine, that's normal, that's natural, but it's just important to kind of direct yourself in a manner where you can obtain both, where you can naturally do both. And when it comes to social media and what I may see, and I'll keep bringing it up, those like 20 view one balloon videos, whatever, I don't believe that is any form of self-respect and self-esteem and appreciating oneself. Because personally, not only should you be in there with the intent of just like bringing someone else down, if you're going there to make fun of somebody and whatever the case may be, that's not great. As well as people use the term humiliation ritual. Typically, yeah, because why are you going on there to make a fool of yourself or make a fool of other people? What do you gain from that if you're just showing out in public to either pop the balloon to somebody or get your balloon popped? Or one outrageous video I seen on TikTok was this woman who like practically just gave herself away because the people that she was going to meet were celebrities. That is insanity, in my opinion, because it's one thing to like adore somebody or look up to somebody a little bit. Idolize them is not the way to do it. As well as being provided with opportunity to show your own character, and this is how you portray yourself to them, just to like kind of like, I don't know, get a potential quote unquote good impression. It's insane. Because to put it as simply and straightforward, she legit went up there and let the person basically strip her. I don't know how much. I didn't rewatch it. The video was pretty much blurred. I guess it was on TikTok. But that clip alone, which is like exactly what I'm referring to, is like, what are you doing? You are going out in public. You are going on film, and you are just letting random people that you've never encountered before do egregious things. Now, I'm not talking like outrageous, but still crazy nonetheless. And just doing something like that is not what we should be doing, despite whatever circumstance we're in or whatever opportunities presented to us. If you have to lower yourself down by any means to be on someone else's level or to please someone else, that alone is your answer that is not for you, and that you're not doing the right thing by doing that either. Because think about this as well too, is like if you are scrolling on Instagram or like some social media platform and you see somebody presenting themselves and portraying themselves in a manner that isn't a true definition of their character, and let's say they're posting a lot of thirst traps or just whatever the case may be, you know that this person probably doesn't respect themselves enough to post anything more approachable and just show that this person is an authentic, real, genuine person. Because why are you filling your social media platform with just things to strictly gain someone else's lustful attention and attraction towards you, rather than posting like some people obviously like don't care, and even if you post certain stuff, they still may come at you in a different form. But if what you're seeking is this sense of validation and lustful attention from the people, then you aren't doing any good acts yourself. At least do it, like at least do something that you know that you have control over the way people view you. And if they view you differently, then it's like, okay, whatever, you can't fully control that. But don't just immediately sway everyone else's perception of you in a way that's just gonna put you down even further. Whereas you show yourself as a very presentable person on the internet, you may get more people that respect you for that and that approach you in a more respectable and presentable way, rather than approaching you in any other way that's gonna downplay you and downplay the character that you built. But some people, like I said, some people don't respect themselves enough to do that. Some people don't see the flaws that they have and just continue just making the same mistakes. And that remains a problem for a lot of people. But now we've normalized it to the point where it's like, who cares about the problem? Who cares about the issue at hand? You know? And that's not what we should be doing, regardless of anything. We should constantly be trying to put ourselves up and make sure that people see us for how we want to be seen, and do the things that we want to receive, if that makes sense. Simply, yeah, like treating people how you want to be treated, and treating yourself how you deserve to be treated, and wanting people to treat you too. Because I feel like a lot of people just like, yeah, when it comes to them, they don't show that same amount of priority. Not that may not be everyone, but a lot of people, typically that's the case. You aren't giving yourself the credit that you need to be giving yourself, and doing things for yourself that you need to be doing and be receiving. But more importantly, you need to be receiving for yourself. Like I said, not everyone can just be doing up and everything for you. It's up to you to make that great shift and great decision to want to be better and want to do better. I might end up making a part two. I feel like there's a lot more I could speak about. It's just honestly, when I record these videos, it's typically more of like off the top of my head and just speak as I go. But I'll say that's going to be all for the video. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one.